Welcome back. Sorry. Excuse me. Welcome back. What I want to look at today is earth for loop impedance, ZS. Now, I'm specific to ZS at this point in time, basically because that looks at the return path in respect of a final sub-circuit. Okay. Now again here, I don't need to be doing a lot of talking. Okay, so it's quite self-explanatory. Now you need to read the text as it's given. Don't sit there thinking you can just glance through it. You need to know what it's asking you for and how it's being applied. Okay. Now here you have ZS equals ZE plus R1 plus R2. Okay. Now if the loop impedance of ZS is high, the fault current will be low and the device protecting the circuit may not operate within the required time. Now it is very important that the device operates within a specified time to protect the circuit and the cable which makes up the circuit. This will result in the extraneous and exposed conductive parts within the circuit rising in potential and becoming a serious shock risk. Okay. And your whole aim here is to avoid anyone getting electrocuted or an electric shock from any work that you've done, because you will now be held legally responsible. There are now legislations in place in respect of electricians and gas engineers, so please be aware of that. Now, what this means, because the current flowing to earth is not large enough, the protective device has not recognized a fault and has failed to operate. The protective device continues to provide a supply to the appliance, causing the fault current voltage to equal that of the supply. This then causes the potential for a serious shock attack. Now please note, it is a shock attack, not a shark attack. Okay. Shock attacks is something completely different. This shock attack will kill, even though a shark attack will also kill. Excuse me, I do forgive my pun. Right, example. A circuit is to be wired in 70 degrees Celsius thermoplastic cable with copper 2.5 millimeter square phase and 1.5 millimeter square circuit protective conductors. Now, the circuit is 30 meters long and the ZE for the circuit is measured at 0.35 ohms. Now, this is given. The supply voltage is 230 volts. Now calculate ZS, A, B, earth fault current. Now from table I1 in the on-site guide, looking at the line conductor of 2.5 millimeters with an earth protective conductor of 1.5 millimeters, you can see that the R1, R2, let me rephrase that the R1 plus R2 resistance is 19.51 ohms per meter. Now, because we are going to use our cables at 70 degrees Celsius, we must use a multiplying factor of 1.20 taken from table I3 in the on-site guide. Now, use your on-site guide. You go back to it, look at it, make sure that what is being said here is correct. Check it for yourselves. Do not just lay back and think it's going to be done for you. You are going to be the electrician, hopefully, and I must be able to rely on you. When I call you out to do a job in my house, I need to have confidence that you can do that job efficiently. Okay. Now solution. Now all I've done here is to give you a 9 ZS total resistance of final circuit cables, and I've purely told you here what these things are. Okay? Okay? Let me go in a little bit, make sure you can see them. Okay? Okay, now all it's telling you here is what the length of cable, run, etc., and I've extracted the information and laid it out for you. Okay? Now it's now down to you to make sure that you can apply it. So let's see what we then did. We then now need to put that into a formula, 19.51 times 30 times 1.20 over 1,000. Now I've told you here why we have used 1,000, because 1,000 millimeters makes up 1 meter. Okay? Or you can simply say 19.51 times 10 to the minus 3 and multiply by 30 times 1.20. Okay? Now you can then see 702.36 divided by 1,000. That 702.36 occurs when I multiply 19.51 times 30 times 1.20. Now when I divide that by 1,000, it gives me 0.702. ZS equals ZE plus R1 plus R2 equals 0.35 plus 0.702 equals 1.05 ohms. Okay? Earth 4 current. The voltage, supply voltage is 230 divided by 1.05 equals 219.04 amps. And you can now see that's the current we'll have flowing to Earth. Okay? Now again, write this out for yourselves. Do not just take it as read. You need to know how to, and remember we're dealing with the ZS here. ZE, if I remember correctly, well no, I better not say anything on that yet, because let me just confirm my information before I begin to comment on that. So we'll look at ZE another time, at this point in time, but for now I'll look at ZS, okay? Now I hope you found this useful, because if you're doing level 3, you will need this information. It is vital to use it, okay? Okay, thank you. Have a good day, and I trust you found this useful. Bye-bye.